Hello, it is Steph back here again, and in today's video, this is going to be an online schooler reacts to the cons of homeschooling. So yeah, I do kind of stress that I do online school and I am not traditionally homeschooled, but for the purpose of this video, I have to look up homeschool because every time I look up why you shouldn't do online school, it keeps telling me about online college programs and stuff. When you search homeschool, you find a lot more things, and homeschool and online school can be very similar. So this list that I am reading had the pros and the cons, but we all know the pros, so I'm just gonna read the cons for you. So, the first thing it says is, it costs more than a standard public education. There will always be costs associated with schooling, but homeschooling is more expensive than attending a standard public school. Even when a public K through 12 homeschooling option is being used, families have the added cost of meeting daily needs for the student at home. Formal curriculum for homeschooled students that is independent of the public schooling system can range from $600 to $10,000 depending on the program and the textbooks that are used. So, I do online school, so it's free. It's online public school, and I know some states charge you to do online school. Like if you were in New York, it would cost you about $5,000 a year to do like any kind of online schooling. What confuses me that it says even if you use a public option, you will still be spending $600 to $10,000 a year. First of all, I just kind of like, I don't have to buy school supplies like at the start of every year. The things that I probably go through the most are ink and paper, but I don't think I even spend $600. So I asked my mom, and I guess we spend about 60 to 70 in ink cartridges a year, and with other stuff it adds up to about a total of $100 a year for school. Okay, and number 3, there is still a negative stigma associated with homeschooling. I'm gonna go off after I read this one, okay? For many students, the first question they get asked about their homeschooling involves religion. I bet you didn't have many friends is another comment. Students who are homeschooled are often treated differently by society. Although this doesn't affect their opportunities, it does create its own form of social isolation from time to time. Well, if you watched my previous video, I talked about basically, my experience and telling people how I do school and how they react, but I don't think you should say you're not going to do homeschool or online school because of the negativity. I think it's becoming a lot more common nowadays, especially the online school option, and you should do something because it's right for your family and it works for you, not because somebody else thinks you should do it. So I think that's how we can fall into the trap of society sometimes, is we can't even educate ourselves the way we want because we're worried that other people aren't going to like it. Well, your education is about you, not those other people. So I don't know if that's really a con. For me, it's not. I'm going to do what I want to do anyways. Number 6, students miss out on important school activities. Many jurisdictions, whatever that word is, do not allow homeschooled students to participate in school-sponsored extracurricular events. This means homeschooled students are often not allowed to play in any high schools within a public school setting. They may be excluded from band, chorus, and other art programs that local school offers. Going to prom, the homecoming dance, and other social events is also more difficult. Okay, so I am pretty sure that if you are homeschooled, I know at least at my local public schools and the place I lived before, you were allowed to join any sports team. And even if that doesn't work, a lot of private schools do offer that to students who are homeschooled. So that's kind of silly. Are you trying to tell me that if you go to homecoming or prom, you can only go to somebody from your school? Because I know plenty of people who take people from other schools to their prom or homecoming dances. So I'm pretty sure that you could easily take a homeschooled student. I have never heard that they are not allowed to. And also, homecoming and prom are not the most important thing in the world. So that's just kind of silly. Number 7, it is much easier for students to cheat. Yeah, kind of. Not really. Let's read this. Many homeschool textbooks provide the answers to lesson questions in the back of the book. This is done to assist parents or tutors who may be teaching outside of their preferred subject. The temptation to check the back of the book when someone isn't looking can be a tough one to resist for many students. The textbook thing is kind of silly. What I do is I go through the questions myself and I look in the back of the textbook to make sure I'm getting them right, because usually those are meant to be done with a parent to go through them. It's not like a grade, and honestly, like, it's not that much easier to cheat because sometimes I'll get questions wrong on things and then I'll look it up on Google and people will try to figure out the answers, and the answers that they think are correct are actually, like, wrong for, like, my online school, like, system. So, like, sometimes, you know, you can't even find all the answers even if you aren't going to, like, a traditional school. And in fact, I think it's probably easier to cheat in public school since the curriculum is probably more widely used and people post it online more, since public school is basically the biggest, like, way of school. Okay.
Nope, just kidding. I'm sorry. You have to wait until part 2, which will be my next video. So have a great day. Subscribe if you want to see more. I try to post every Monday and Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, have an awesome, yummy day. Bye.